I had been in a contract marriage with Noah, the incubus CEO, for 3 years without any real relationship. The day I proposed divorce, he calmly agreed, but suddenly pop-up comments appeared above his head. You psycho, the chains and toys in the basement are already customized to her size. Stop pretending to be a gentleman. Girl, the moment you sign those papers, you'll wake up tied up by that creep you hate. The captivity play is coming. Isn't an incubus supposed to have barbs? Little Miss Evil is in for a ride. Idiot, if you treated him kindly, he would have worshipped the ground you walked on. Now his love has twisted into hatred. My hand shook as I hovered over the signature line. I glanced up at Noah, expressionless as always. Maybe we shouldn't get divorced after all. What? His eyelids flickered, tones still flat. His indifference made me doubt I'd even seen those bizarre comments. I scrambled for an excuse. I think I'd miss you. After 3 years together, I've gotten used to you. The words sounded weak even to me, and his confused expression didn't help. The truth was, my marriage to Noah had been nothing more than an accident. 5 years ago, everything in my life unraveled. A new intern, Tina Sue, joined our company. My childhood sweetheart dumped me for her and humiliated me publicly. My doting parents inexplicably sided with her. Out of spite, I married Noah Song, the cold, ruthless incubus CEO that everyone avoided. For 3 years, I threw myself into trying to ruin Tina, but Noah always stopped me, or my plans backfired. Recently, my schemes had been exposed, and friends abandoned me one after another. Everyone knew Noah despised my behavior and favored Tina. So I decided to leave before he could. At least that way, I'd look like the one in control. When I texted him about the divorce, he had been in a meeting, but he called me back right away. Reason? His voice was calm. I'd sneered. Last time, I saw your slimy tail when you forgot to close the bathroom door.
Disgusting.
Now here I was, trying to take it back. Even I didn't believe myself. You're sure? He asked again, his deep voice pulling me back to the moment. I don't want a divorce. Not for now. He didn't smile, didn't look pleased. He simply took the half-signed divorce agreement and fed it into the shredder. The comments flashed again. Did the villainess finally grow a brain? Too late. His hatred's already set. Not too late at all. Didn't you see how quickly he shredded the papers? He was terrified she'd change her mind. Keep it up, girl. This psycho incubus is your best weapon. Together, you could crush Tina easily. That afternoon, everything clicked. My world wasn't real. It was a romance novel. Tina was the heroine, and I was the villainess fated to die at the hands of the male lead. No wonder everyone adored her, as if the world revolved around her. Overwhelmed, I tried to distract myself online that night, only to find every account of mine flooded with hate. Netizens worshipped Tina and vilified me. Even Ethan, my ex-fiancé, messaged me. Lily, I know what you're doing. These tricks won't work. I'll never leave Tina for you. I blocked him.
More comments scrolled by.
Honestly, can you blame the villainess? Overnight, she lost her family, fiancé, and friends to one girl. Anyone would go crazy. She's rich and gorgeous, yet keeps losing to a girl who can't even use word? This novel has no logic. If I were the author, I'd lock the villainess and the incubus in a basement until they had 8 kids. Not helpful. Later that night, as I undressed for bed, the door creaked open. Noah's gaze swept across me. I grabbed my robe in a panic. You didn't lock the door, he said, eyes darkening as black scales flickered across his skin. Incubi reveal their true form when aroused. I almost snapped, get out, but then another comment flashed. If she says that, she's finished. One slap now and she'll pay for it later in the basement. So instead, I forced a smile. It's okay, hon. He froze, clearly waiting for me to finish. Say, hubby once, and he'll be yours. The female lead won't matter. Don't forget, though, he's the one who eventually imprisons her to death for Tina's sake. Conflicting voices. Still, curiosity got the better of me. Noah, do you think I have a nice body? It's fine, he muttered, fingers curling tightly, betraying his nerves. I teased. How would you know if you haven't looked properly? I don't need to. His tone was cold, but the blush creeping into his joints gave him away. For the first time, I noticed he could actually be cute. I reached to fix his crooked collar, but he snapped. Don't touch me.
Right.
I'd never been kind to him, while Tina had always been warm and encouraging.
Of course he hated me.
I laughed bitterly and pulled my hand back. Close the door on your way out. But instead of leaving, he stepped closer. His breathing turned heavy, eyes glowing red. Noah? What's wrong? Do you have a fever? The comments answered for him. Not a fever. He's in heat. She just triggered his mating season early. Mating season? I whispered. How had I not known in 3 years of marriage? He used to hide during mating season with one of your cloves, too ashamed to let you see him. Noah's face pressed into my neck, his aloofness gone, replaced by raw desire. For the first time, I really saw him, not as the cold incubus everyone feared, but as a devastatingly handsome man. There's medicine, syringes in the study drawer. Get them? Noah's voice was ragged, breaking as he tried to hide the black patterns spreading across his skin. He was trembling, lips bitten bloody, sweat-soaked shirt clinging to muscles I'd never bothered to admire before. And in that moment, I changed my mind. 3 years of sleeping alone in a cold bed. I might not burn like an incubus, but I was still human with needs. The contract I had written myself said, no romance, no intimacy, only money. But I was the villainess, wasn't I? Promises meant nothing. I cupped his face and whispered, Noah, just be gentle. Don't touch me. I'm filthy, he rasped, his body trembling as if clinging to the last scrap of control. But I want to. I let my robe slip, wiped the blood from his lips, and kissed him. The comments erupted. The villainess made the first move? That face pat. I'm invested. Hate tangled with love. Perfect. Keep going, girl. The moment our lips met, Noah seized control. His hand gripped the back of my head, stealing my breath until my knees went weak. Something coiled tight around my waist, a thick, black rope. I gasped at the pain and tried to push it away. I'm sorry, don't look, his pupils contracted in panic. The rope was no rope at all, but his tail, betraying his arousal. Before I could react, he bolted. Drawers slammed in the study, the air filling with a bitter medicinal scent. Leaning against the wardrobe, I caught my breath as the comments scrolled by. Noah, you coward. Don't run now. Am I the only one who feels bad for him? He's been shunned since childhood, finally married his dream girl, only for her to despise him too. Of course he's insecure. Villainous. Why show disgust now? He's breaking inside. It wasn't like that. I'd only wanted him to loosen his grip. When I woke the next morning, Noah was gone. Over breakfast, I braced myself and opened my phone. To my shock, the storm of online hate had vanished. Media accounts that had slandered me were suspended overnight. A friend from the industry sent me a photo of my parents visiting their office with the caption, "It's handled." I smiled faintly. Of course my parents hadn't abandoned me. They always stepped in to clean up my messes. The comments cut through my illusion. Every time Noah helps her, her useless parents take the credit. Noah, CEO by day, underwear washer by night. Cold face, warm hands. What a shame. She acted disgusted again last night. Even if she avoided divorce, she can't escape imprisonment. The words jolted me. I looked back at the photo, staring for 10 minutes before finally noticing the Photoshop seams. Heart pounding, I opened Snapchat and scrolled down to Noah's contact. Are you free today? I need to talk to you. His reply came instantly, wrong person. I typed back. No, it's not hubby. This time his reply was slower. I'm sorry about last night. For showing you that. I'm very busy. If you want a divorce, contact a lawyer first. No, it's not about divorce, I typed quickly. After a pause, he answered. All right. See you this afternoon. The comments rolled in again. Divorce? No time. Not divorce. See you this afternoon. She barely dodged the dark room rat again. Something bad is coming. I can feel it, but can't remember what. That afternoon, I dressed with care and arrived at the cafe near Noah's company a full half-hour early. I ordered a dessert and nibbled at it slowly, keeping my head lowered. The chair across from me scraped, and someone sat down. I smiled brightly. Hubby, try some of. But when I lifted my head, it wasn't Noah. It was Ethan. His eyes lingered on my red off-shoulder dress and carefully applied makeup. He chuckled. Lily, you must really like me if you're calling me hubby. I stood to leave without a word, but he grabbed my wrist. Let go. My husband is nearby. Stop pretending. You only married Noah to spite me. Don't think I don't know you've never even let him touch you these 3 years. His gaze dropped to my lips, darkening with intent. One kiss. That's all it takes for me to leave Tina alone for now. The man in front of me felt like a stranger. When had the boy next door I once knew turned into someone like this? It seemed anyone touched by Tina changed into someone unrecognizable. Ethan tilted my chin and leaned closer. Lily, did you dress up like this just for me? I struggled against him, and through the glass window, I caught sight of Noah. He was standing outside, watching. Pop-up comments flashed. Oh, Noah's been standing there since she called Ethan hubby. With those incubus senses, he heard it all. This is like watching a live drama. I'm hooked. Just when I think Lily Chun might actually survive, she discovers the 361st way to die. Using all my strength, I shoved Ethan away and bolted out the door. I caught Noah's sleeve just as he turned to leave. His eyes were pitch black, fathomless. So, this is what you wanted to discuss with me? No, I don't know why Ethan showed up. I stopped, remembering the message Ethan had sent before I blocked him. Today was Friday. He must have come on his own. I was trying to avoid him, I said quickly. He tried to force a kiss. I pushed him away immediately. Noah's sharp features were even harsher, without his usual smile. At nearly 6'3", his presence was intimidating, and my words stumbled. I asked to meet you today to tell you something about last night. It was consensual. It was my first kiss, I just didn't know how to breathe and pushed you away because I was suffocating, not disgusted. When I finally dared to meet his eyes, the black in them slowly faded. Pop-up comments. Yes. A straightforward confession. Is she being honest or just trying to make Noah jealous? Please, the male lead is trash. He's perfect for that brainless heroine. If Lily isn't blind, she'll choose Noah. Though yeah, she was a little blind for 3 years. Lily Chun. Ethan emerged from the cafe, scoffing at the sight of Noah and me together. You're in your 20s and still playing childish tricks? You think this will make me jealous? I slid my hand down Noah's sleeve and laced our fingers together. Ethan, I don't like you anymore. I'm married. I have a husband. Don't bother me again. What if I told you Tina and I broke up and I'm single now? His tone was smug, careless. I tried to step forward, but Noah held me back, his grip trembling slightly. I don't care, I snapped. Even if you told me you like men, it has nothing to do with me. Get out of my way. Yes, I once liked Ethan back when I was young and naive. But he had sided with Tina again and again, kicking me while I was down. Whatever feelings I had for him were long gone. The smile froze on his face. I glanced at my phone. Dozens of missed calls. The Camelot dinner I had planned was already ruined. Noah, let's go home. Okay. His limited edition Rolls-Royce was parked across the street. Without once looking back at Ethan, I got into the passenger seat. Pop-up comments. The Villainess is too cool. I'm convinced she's done with the male lead.
Exactly.
That loser keeps flip-flopping between women, but still wants to touch Lily whenever he pleases. Our queen isn't having it. After we got home, I immediately called the restaurant owner to apologize and paid double the deposit as compensation. Noah glanced around and asked, "Where's the housekeeper?" A little embarrassed, I explained, I had booked a restaurant for dinner, so I told her to go home early. I didn't expect the reservation to fall through. It's fine, I said quickly, pulling out a food delivery app. Let's just order takeout. What do you want? Noah shook his head. Takeout isn't healthy. What do you want to eat? I'll cook. All right, sweet and sour fish then? He paused, and I worried the request was too much. I was about to suggest something easier, but then he nodded. There's fish in the fridge. Watch some TV. I'll be done soon. He even turned on my favorite variety show before heading to the kitchen. During a commercial break, I wandered over and peeked through the doorway. Through the gap, I saw Noah lift the hand I had held earlier and press a reverent kiss to it before starting to wash up. Pop-up comments. I'm not scared of a psycho staying crazy. I'm scared of a psycho falling into pure love. Second male lead and Villainess deserve happiness too. Damn it. If they could just live like this, cooking, teasing, loving each other, I'd be satisfied. Too bad, the female lead's halo won't allow it. The second male lead is fated to betray the Villainess for Tina. My heart sank reading the comments. I couldn't focus on the show anymore. Fortunately, Noah's cooking was ready soon after. I eagerly dug in, savoring the sweet and sour fish, then looked at him. That dish when I got a 104 degrees fever after falling into the sea with Tina, it was you who made it, wasn't it? No, Noah said calmly. And don't talk while eating. Of course, I ignored him. Did you also hire people to delete the hate comments? Someone said I'm your true love. When did you start liking me? Did we know each other before? Lily. It was the first time Noah had called me by name. I pouted. Fine, if you say it wasn't you, then it wasn't. I'm done eating. I'll call Ethan and ask if he got home safe. I left the table, pretending to dial, but the sound of a knife clattering to the floor made me turn. Noah was clutching his bleeding fingertip, lashes trembling as he muttered, "It's nothing."
Don't worry about me.
I hurried over, grabbed the first aid kit, and sat him down. How is it nothing? Does it hurt? Give me your hand. Pop-up comments. Yep, now I get why some guys can't see through green tea girls. That little look is enough to kill. Villainess, stop teasing him. He's not stable. Push him too far, and you'll end up locked in a basement. Bro, Noah, start a class. I'll sign up. I wrapped his finger neatly and tied a little bow.
There.
All done. Thank you, he whispered, voice hoarse, breath quickening. But this time, he excused himself. I'll go to the study. Wait. I stopped him. Taking too much of that medicine isn't good for you. It could make you impotent. For once, Noah explained quickly. It has side effects, but not like that. His markings surfaced again, faint patterns glowing against his skin. He tried to cover them, but I straddled his lap and traced the incubus mark near his collarbone. It's beautiful, I murmured. Lily, do you know what you're doing? Get off. No, I rocked against him deliberately, forcing a coy smile. We're married. You can do whatever you want. His tail curled around me, his breath scorching my ear. Lily-chun, stop. You'll regret this. I won't. I told you I'm willing. Pop-up comments. Noah, you say don't do this, but your tail says otherwise, buddy. Queen Lily, you're my goddess. Go get that repressed incubus. Noah silenced me with a kiss, then carried me to the bedroom. Pinned beneath him, my hands restrained, I blinked through tears as he kissed them away. I'm sorry, he whispered, full of guilt. I've still defiled you. I weakly protested, but he coaxed me, breathless. Be good, Lily. Call my name. And I did, again and again. Pop-up comments. I paid for premium just for this. Worth it. The loser couple next door leaves me cold. But these two? Just one kiss has me bawling. This is so hot. Noah's guilt, his obsession, his desire. It's a tragedy and a dream all at once. His mating season lasted a full week. By the end, I was exhausted. Why don't you just take the medicine? He froze, gaze burning into me, voice low and wounded. So you still can't accept me after all? Of course not, I muttered, though my aching body betrayed me. Looking at his unfairly handsome face, I remembered all the cruel words I had thrown at him in the past. My anger melted into resignation. Fine, I'm going to shower first. Okay, he said at once. Let's go together. This almost imprisoned lifestyle finally shifted on the first snow of winter. Noah had a business banquet in H City, and as his wife, I was invited too. Normally, I hated those gatherings, but when I heard people whispering about how vicious I was and hoping I wouldn't show up, I suddenly wanted to. If they disliked me so much, then I'd make sure they couldn't stand the sight of me. After I changed into my evening gown, the pop-up comments returned. Careful, Villainess. The female lead will be there too. This is when she and Noah are supposed to get closer. I don't get why Lily-chan keeps gaining fans. She did awful things, didn't she? Because we're all wage slaves. We relate more to a flawed villainess than a brainless, universally adored female lead. Also, the female lead's a green tea bitch. If you regret it, I can stay home with you, Noah murmured, hugging me from behind. In the mirror, we looked like a perfect couple. It's fine, I said with a smirk. My skin is thick. Let's go. I had already braced myself to run into old acquaintances at the banquet. What I hadn't expected was for the first familiar faces to be my parents. Tina, who usually went barefaced, was dressed up this time, with makeup and high heels. Yet despite the effort, she still looked timid and out of place among the crowd. My mom fussed over her, gently fixing her bangs. When Tina spotted me, she immediately clung to my mother's arm. Mom, look, little sister Lily is here too. I froze. What did you just call my mom? Oh, Lily, you don't know yet? I've already acknowledged Auntie as my godmother. Sure, we've had misunderstandings before, but none of that matters now. We're family. Dad's expression softened with pride. Tina is so magnanimous. always cherishing family ties. Unlike Lily, who grew up with her grandparents and has been rebellious since childhood, never close to us. Tina smiled sweetly and handed me an envelope. Little sister Lily, this is my engagement invitation with Ethan. After thinking it over, I felt I should give it to you in person. Who are you calling little sister? I snatched the invitation and tossed it straight into the trash. Lily Chin, that's enough. Dad barked. Apologized to Tina. This. I sneered. This doesn't even come close to being excessive. Want me to remind you what truly is? My voice sharpened. When Tina got together with Ethan, my engagement to him hadn't even been called off. And when you made her your goddaughter, did you ask for your real daughter's opinion? If we're talking about being excessive, shouldn't it at least start there? Tina's eyes shimmered with practiced tears. Lily, what's wrong with me and Ethan falling in love? You've been away from home for so long. Uncle and Auntie had no one to keep them company, so I only helped you fulfill your filial duties. Why do you always target me? Her whining was giving me a headache. Being in love doesn't erase the fact you were the other woman. And it wasn't me who didn't go home. It was those two who kicked me out, saying they didn't have a daughter like me. If you're so saintly and forgiving, why didn't you stand up for me back then? I turned to leave, wine glass in hand. But Tina staggered forward, stepping on my gown and falling flat on her face. I managed to keep my balance thanks to years of walking in heels, but my wine splashed, staining Tina instead. It wasn't a dramatic fall, just enough to draw attention. Noah and Ethan broke off their conversations and hurried over as the crowd whispered, "It's Lily Chin again. How many times has she targeted Tina now? She actually pushed her and spilled wine on her in front of everyone? How vicious." No wonder Ethan chose the plain but kind Tina over her. What happened? Are you alright? Both men spoke at once, but Ethan reached for Tina, while Noah checked me over. Hubby, my dress is ruined. I complained lightly. This was a limited edition. I'll never find another. As long as you're not hurt, Noah said, brushing at the stain. That brand's new collection will be out soon. I'll buy you another. Pop-up comments. It's freezing. Can I stick my hands in Mr. Song's wallet too? The so-called villainous couple feels way more normal than those two. One's a crybaby, the other's a macho blockhead, facebomb. Big Brother Song, you're Lily Chen's husband? Tina's voice shook. She stared between us, disbelief clouding her face. Pop-up comments. Here we go. The big reveal. Tina never knew Noah's true identity. She was supposed to be his little son, giving him warmth. In the original story, she wasn't less important than the villainess in his heart. Warmth? You mean the time she spilled hot milk all over him? Sure, that was physically warm. Honestly, how does she convince people she's kind? Noah walks around in head-to-toe luxury brands. How could he ever look like he can't afford food? Ethan frowned. Tina, you know Noah's Song? Tina nodded pitifully. I never thought someone as good as Big Brother Song would be with. With someone like me? I finished coldly. Her lips trembled, but her eyes flickered with smugness for just a second. Big Brother Song, so you knew all along? That the person bullying me was Lily Chen? I knew, Noah said simply. Tina's hope rekindled. Then you think what she did was wrong? It wasn't right, Noah admitted. Tina almost smiled, relief breaking through, until Noah continued. But so what? Lily is proud, willful, sometimes unreasonable, but I love her. For a heartbeat, the banquet hall fell into stunned silence. Then gasps rippled through the crowd. I froze too. That was the first time I had ever heard Noah say, I love you. Noah tightened his arm around my waist and went on, voice steady. And what you see as flaws, I see as the things that make her the best person in the world. I'm the one who married above my station. Tina's face crumpled. Big Brother Song, how can you not distinguish right from wrong? If you want to talk about right and wrong, Noah cut her off, then why don't you answer Lily's questions first? Why did you get involved with Ethan before his engagement was broken off? Why did you deliberately ruin Lily's relationships with her parents and friends just to take her place? Do you think those things were right? He didn't raise his voice, but every word landed sharp as glass. If Lily were truly vicious, she would have exposed everything you've done. Instead, she only bickers with you over trivial matters. Tina, before you judge others, look at yourself. Is your conscience really so clear? For a long moment, Tina was speechless. Finally, she whispered, the unloved one is the third wheel. Lily only lost her engagement and her inheritance, but I almost lost my love. Her self-pitying words drew laughter from both the onlookers and the live stream comments. Even Ethan and my parents couldn't bring themselves to back up Tina's ridiculous excuse. They wanted to defend her, but not a single word came out. "Oh, right," Noah said calmly. "Lily mentioned earlier that you might try to get revenge. I'd advise against it. Of course, anyone not afraid of death is welcome to give it a try. For now, let's hope everyone enjoys the banquet. Apologies, Lily's dress is dirty, so we'll be leaving." He lifted his wine glass in a gentlemanly gesture, but his eyes were cold as ice. Around the edges of the banquet hall, a group of imposing men stood straight and still, all nodding in unison. The pressure was suffocating. For the first time, I truly felt the weight of Noah's reputation, feared both in legal and underground circles. Until now, I had thought those rumors were nothing but jokes. If I had known about this side of him 3 years ago, I might have run away from our marriage on the spot. After all, no man was worth risking my life for, especially not just to spite Ethan. I lowered my voice. "Are those men your bodyguards?" Noah guided me toward the exit. "How come I've never seen them before?" "I don't usually bring them along." "Then why did you bring them today?" "To back you up." I hesitated. If Tina or Ethan or anyone else actually attacked me, would they step in? They would. But if someone only slapped me once, and your bodyguards retaliated so hard they broke half their bones, isn't that unfair? One slap versus half a life. Noah ruffled my hair. "It's not the same."
You can't compare it like that.
"A single slap to your face is worth more than 10 of their lives." Pop-up comments scrolled across the screen. "Villainous couple, you two really do live up to the name." "Bro, you've been so gentle with her lately. I almost forgot you're a dark psychopath at heart." "This slap in the face to that loser couple is so satisfying." "I'm ordering spicy rabbit heads to celebrate. Guess what I just found out? In the latest version of this book, the villainous couple became the main leads. Seems like even the author realized their popularity is on another level. Even though we never got to see the captivity arc, it's obvious you two aren't strangers to chains and toys." Noah's song, "Lily Chun, you twisted souls, stay happy together." That was the last comment I saw. Even though I knew no one could hear me, I silently answered back, "Thank you."
We will.
Later that night, the winter air was biting cold, but the hot spring at the villa was warm and soothing. Sitting in the water with Noah, I wanted to lighten the mood. "Noah, let's play a quick Q&A game." He massaged my sore ankles with a faint smile. "All right, ask away." "Am I your true love?" "When did you fall in love with me?" "Probably at 13, maybe earlier. That was when I revealed my incubus form, just like my mother. My family forced drugs on me, shocked me with electricity, and made me wear strange clothes to hide it. At school, you were the only one willing to talk to me." I blinked in surprise. "Wait, you were that quiet boy from the next class? I thought you were just a mute who loved cosplay. As class monitor, I looked out for you extra. But if you liked me, why didn't you pursue me? You had so many people around you, all better than me. I didn't want to drag you down." Next question. "When's the last time you lied?" "Just now." His hand slid from my ankle up to my thigh, his touch lingering.
His voice deepened.
"The truth is, I always wanted you to belong only to me, to look at no one else. Every joy, every tear, every outburst, every secret, I wanted it all." I rested my leg on his shoulder, teasing. "Then why didn't you act on it?" "I couldn't bear to hurt you." "And when was the last time you wanted to?" "When you asked for a divorce." He grew hoarse, his tail flicking against the water. "Stay." "Not so fast," I teased. "One last question. Do you think I like you?" Through the rising steam, he met my eyes. "Lily, just having you by my side is already more than enough." I cut him off with a smile. "Noah, you fool. I love you. I can't trace when or how it started, but I'm sure I love you." My words were swallowed by his kiss. Ripples spread across the water. I thought I heard Noah crying. He didn't know I had lied, too. My parents abandoned me when I was young, leaving me to my grandparents. I grew up with wealth but no warmth, no friends my age, no real connection. I craved someone who would see every flaw in me and still love me fiercely. Someone who would value me above even their own life. Never betray me, always burn for me. Noah was the only one who had ever done that. So I was destined to fall in love with him. Let's sink together into this sweet depravity for the rest of our lives.